Welcome, students, for another session of our online classes. Today's class is based upon an important functional group, which is actually a carbonyl group. Carbonyl group or carbonyl compounds contain two types of compounds. One is aldehyde, the other one is ketone. A aldehyde or ketone will together called as carbonyl group compounds or carbonyl compounds in a simplified version. This carbonyl group is actually nothing but a carbon and oxygen. Carbon will have two more bonds. This is carbonyl functional group. The carbon is called as carbonyl carbon. Carbonyl carbon. In the similar way, oxygen is called as carbonyl oxygen. So simple thing, remember, aldehyde and ketone comes under the category of carbonyl group or carbonyl compounds. The functional group we are going to study here is about C double bond O group. C double bond O group is carbonyl group. Carbon and oxygen is carbonyl group. This carbonyl carbon, this is carbonyl carbon, and this is carbonyl oxygen. For aldehydes, we'll have same C double bond O, but we have a H here and R. And the general formula for formaldehyde, this is the general formula for, aldehyde. Exception to this is, all the aldehydes will have R here, but for formaldehyde, we'll have instead of R, H, C double bond OH. This is formaldehyde. In case of ketones, the general formula will have C double bond O with two bonds. One side will be R, other side will be R dash, or R can be same. That means R is alkyl group. So I'll write C double bond O as it is. It can be, instead of R, we can write CH3, or C double bond O, R can be either CH3, R dash can be C2H5. So R is any alkyl group. In the similar way for aldehyde, instead of R, I'll write CH3, C double bond OH. Naming and all are very basic things. You need to revise your previous intermediate notes for that. But this is acetaldehyde, common name. This is acetone, and this particular compound is ethyl methyl ketone. This is ethyl methyl C double bond O ketone, name of this compound. So this is only the general introduction for carbonyl compound. You need to remember here is aldehyde and ketone together constitute the carbonyl group. We have a general formula is C double bond O with two bonds here to satisfy the valency of carbon here. Instead of here, if you write R and H, then it is aldehyde. R is nothing but an alkyl group. Here we have seen example of CH3. Exception to this is formaldehyde. Instead of R, I am writing here H. Then it is the formaldehyde. For ketones, we have R and R dash. R can be same. Here R same R CH3 and CH3. Then it is acetone or dimethyl ketone. The other name for this compound is dimethyl ketone. So this is the basic introduction for carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds are an important functional group. The next aspect what we are going to study here is this is a very important aspect of carbonyl group. Carbonyl group, as you know now, is C double bond O group and two bonds, irrespective of aldehyde and ketone. This is your general carbonyl group. One thing you have to remember and always have in your mind is the pi electrons or pi bonds which contain pi electrons are not equally shared between carbon and oxygen. The pi electrons, which is forming a pi bond between carbon and oxygen, is not equally shared. In fact, it is more inclined or more pulled towards electronegative atom. The more electronegative atom, the electrons, that is pi electrons, are moving towards it. So in this carbon and oxygen, oxygen is more electronegative. That is the reason this electrons is moving more towards oxygen. This leads to formation of a polarized charge. Because electrons are going towards oxygen, we will have to represent this carbonyl group in this way, that oxygen will be partially negative because electrons are more pulled towards oxygen, and because carbon will lose electron and oxygen will gain electron, electrons are making it more negative, so that is why partially negative charge. Because electrons are moving away from carbon, it will be partially positive. This is how is the representation of the carbon and oxygen in carbonyl group. So the bond is polarized, oxygen atom is slightly positive, slightly negative or partially negative, and the carbon atom is slightly positive or partially positive. This is what you have to remember. This is all due to difference in the electronegativity. Oxygen is more electronegative. It will pull electrons towards it and get more negative charge. And carbon will lose, and that is why it will get partially positive charge. This is what you have to remember for the introduction topic. With respect to method of preparation, it is very simple for method of preparation. This is a primary alcohol. So, primary alcohol undergoes oxidation in the presence of KMNO4 or K2Cr2O7, and I'm writing H positive here to show acidic medium. What happens here is two hydrogen, sorry, OH and H. So we are going to remove this 2H along with this oxygen. So we'll get plus H2O. What is remaining is this bond will shift here. So we'll get R C double bond O H. This is an aldehyde. So primary alcohols on oxidation, and this oxidation is called as controlled oxidation. I mean to say we are only going to supply 1 mole of oxygen. So that is why it is called as controlled oxidation in the presence of an oxidizing agent. Here oxidizing agent is KMNO4. It can also be K2Cr2O7. These are all oxidizing agents, and this is happening in the presence of an acidified solution or an acidic medium. And K2Cr2O7 is called as potassium dichromate. We'll remove this two hydrogens. Removing is of hydrogen is oxidation. We'll get a water molecule here. And what else remain is RCOH. This bond shifts here, so we get RC double bond OH. This is aldehyde. So primary alcohol on control oxidation in presence of KMnO4 and acidic medium gives aldehyde and water molecule. In the same way, I can replace this R by CH3. It is very simple. So I'm not writing the named reaction once again. Only thing is R will be replaced by CH3 in this reaction as it is. You can refer to my notes. Next is ketones are prepared. Then we have to write here R, C, H, OH, R dash plus control oxidation in the presence of KMnO4 acidic solution. Same thing, reacts with H2, reacts with O, we'll get H2O. This bond will shift here, we'll get R, C double bond O, R dash. It is a ketone. So secondary alcohol, this is secondary alcohol. On control oxidation, in the presence of an oxidizing agent and acidified solution, we'll get a ketone and a water molecule. How do you distinguish between a primary alcohol and a secondary alcohol? Carbon attached to an alcohol here will be attached to only one R group or alkyl group, then it is called as primary alcohol. In the same way, carbon attached to an alcohol group which is attached to two alkyl groups will be called as secondary alcohol. In the same way, carbon attached to an alcohol OH group where it is attached by all the sides by R, then it is called as tertiary alcohol. So here we are going to talk about only two alcohols, that is primary and alcohol and secondary alcohol. Primary alcohol on control oxidation in the presence of oxidizing agent and KMnO4 gives aldehyde along with water, whereas secondary alcohol in the presence on control oxidation in the presence with in acidic medium gives ketones and water molecule. The second method of preparation, one we have studied this one. The second one is we are going to take primary alcohol once again. And now there is a generalization which you need to remember. Primary alcohols can give us aldehydes. Secondary alcohols can give us ketones. When they can give on control oxidation in the presence of KMnO4 and H plus acidic medium. Control oxidation in the presence of KMnO4, K2Cr2O7 and H plus. In the same way, the second method of preparation is dehydrogenation of alcohol, removal of hydrogen. It is also called as catalytic because it is happening in the presence of copper. So aldehyde can be prepared by passing the vapors of primary alcohol. Primary alcohol example, I will take the same one, R, C, H, H, OH. In the presence of catalyst copper, it is heated at 300 degrees Celsius. Two hydrogens will be removed. This will shift here. I'll get RC double bond OH and hydrogen is removed. This reaction is called as dehydrogenation of alcohol. This is aldehyde. This is primary alcohol. In the same reaction, R will be replaced by CH3. In the second method, oh sorry, for ketones, we are going to the secondary alcohol. By now you should know RCH, what is secondary alcohol. Here it will be R dash OH, heated in the presence of copper and 300 degrees Celsius. These two hydrogens will be removed. This bond will shift here. We'll get R C double bond O R dash plus H2. This is called as ketone. So here also the logic goes primary alcohol when passed through copper catalyst at 300 degrees Celsius or heated at 300 degrees Celsius gives aldehyde. Secondary alcohols gives in the same similar conditions ketones. The third method is already discussed before for in this uh, category of alkenes where ozonolysis we have already studied. You please refer to that reaction if you want to know the details of that reaction. Only thing is we'll just write down the reaction here that pentene, for example, here in the notes I have written 2-pentene. So aldehyde and ketones can be obtained by ozonolysis of alkene. So alkene here we are going to take is, so name of the reaction is oxidation of alkene, in brackets it is ozonolysis. Here the alkene we are going to use here is 1, 2, 3 double bond, single bond. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this particular reaction, an alkene is subjected to ozone treatment with ozone, which gives ozonide, which on further treatment with zinc and water gives aldehyde and ketones. You just refer to that video of ours and the notes which we have given for ozonolysis of alkene. The only thing what is very simple here we have to remember is in this particular reaction we are going to treat our alkene with ozone and later on it is treated with zinc and water. What if at all you have not referred to that notes and if at all you don't remember thing, only thing you have to remember is there will be a breaking. Lysis is nothing but breaking where there is a double bond here. So when that is happening, I'll just write down the hydrogens which is required to particular carbons here CH3, here it will be CH2, CH, CH, CH3. So if that is the case here, what happens when this is broken here, at these positions we will get double bond O. That means we will get this part as it is, that is CH3, CH2, CH, or CH can be written as H double bond O plus this part with double bond O, that is CH3, CH2. I'm writing from this side, CH3, CH2, and CH2 can be written like this. Sorry, it's not CH2, right? This position second. CH3, CH double bond. So we are going to get an, this is 1, 2, 3, numbering will be, this is propanol or propanaldehyde and this is acetaldehyde. This is 1, 2, 3 propanal. This is 1, 2. Now common name is acetaldehyde. How many carbons are here? Bu sorry, ethanol. Two carbons. So this is the method of preparation for aldehydes and ketones. Here we are going to use alkene, which undergoes ozonolysis in the presence of zinc and water. I might not be clear with this reaction because if you don't know that part of ozonolysis which we have covered, please try to refer to that video and the notes. And if you're not getting any point in this, just let me know. We'll discuss the rest part that includes chemical properties and acidity of alpha hydrogen part in the next class. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.